Hey guys, welcome. I am Dr. Phoenix and this is Dr. Phoenix's Fit 411 where I answer all of your fitness related questions. And today's topic at hand is fasted cardio, all right? I've gotten a couple questions from you guys regarding exercising first thing in the morning before you eat anything, okay? So another way of saying that is fasted cardio or fasted training. So you guys wanted to know because you've heard around that exercising first thing in the morning is either bad or exercising first thing in the morning before you eat anything is one of the best ways to shred fat faster, all right? So here's the answer, quick. Yes, fasted cardio is one of the best ways to shred fat faster. And now let's get to the lengthier explanation on why. So we're gonna get a little bit sciencey, but I want you guys to really pay attention here because one of the reasons why a lot of people fail at losing weight is because they don't take the time to understand just basic physiology and hormones, okay? That's going to be the key to you getting the body you want when you understand how your body works and how your body's hormone works, okay? So two key hormones that I want you to always keep in mind, regardless of what you're doing, whether it's trying to build muscle or burn fat, because those are two totally different processes. Insulin, hormone number one. Growth hormone, hormone number two. And then there are other hormones like testosterone, things like that, but I want you to really focus on insulin and growth hormone. Whenever you're doing something, I want you to think, what is it doing to my insulin? What is it doing to my growth hormone? So here's what happens, okay? When you go to bed at night, insulin levels drop. When you wake up in the morning, they're at the lowest point that they're ever going to be at during the day. And here's why, because insulin is a fat storage hormone. Insulin increases directly to you eating a carbohydrate meal and to a lesser degree a meal that contains protein. Fat doesn't affect insulin levels. So if you eat a high fat meal or just something that's primarily fat, like you drink some coconut oil or something, it's not going to affect your insulin levels. However, if you eat like a bowl of cereal or you eat something carb related or something with protein in it, your insulin is going to go up, but it's mostly going to go up in relation to that carbohydrate or that sugar containing meal, all right? Insulin is a fat storage hormone, all right? Every time insulin becomes elevated, your body's in a state where it wants to store fat, wherever. It's wanting to store it, all right? So one of the worst things you could possibly do when you're trying to lose body fat, we're not talking about building muscle, that's a totally different process, but when you're trying to lose body fat, one of the worst things that you could do is eat a meal before you train, because here's the thing. You've now elevated insulin, your body's in a state of wanting to store fat from that meal, and I don't care how hard you are exercising, folks, your body is not going to start touching any of that fat on you until it has burned off all the calories from that meal that you just ate, all right? That's how it works. Furthermore, growth hormone, that's the second hormone I want you guys to remember. Growth hormone is your fat burner, all right? Growth hormone is a wonderful hormone. Insulin is too, it has its purposes, but growth hormone for the purposes of burning body fat is fabulous because growth hormone stimulates muscle synthesis. Muscle is your key fat burner. Growth hormone also stimulates fat burn. But here's the thing, and this is why fasted cardio rocks. Insulin and growth hormone are antagonistic hormones. When one is elevated, it's going to suppress the other and vice versa. So when insulin is elevated, it's going to suppress growth hormone. When growth hormone is elevated, it's going to suppress insulin. So now, thinking about this, if I eat a meal and then go try to train for the purposes of burning off body fat, does it make sense? Absolutely not, because I've just elevated my insulin, which is going to suppress my growth hormone, which is going to also keep me in a state of wanting to store body fat. So that's why fasted cardio is one of the best ways to burn off body fat, all right? So another analogy to just break it down for you guys in the most simplistic terms possible. Eating something before you train or before you exercise, if you're trying to burn off body fat, is like driving your car with your foot on the brake and the gas at the same time. It makes absolutely no sense. It's totally counterproductive. Instead of doing things that way, just don't eat something, get up first thing in the morning, don't eat anything, and just exercise. And it really doesn't matter what you do. That's the cool thing about fasted cardio. Whether it's walking, jogging, sprinting, interval training, elliptical, it really doesn't matter. Weightlifting, okay, because we can do cardio with weights. People think that, lifting weights is just straight strength training, but it depends on how fast, because I guarantee if I put you on a bench press and I tell you to bench press as fast as you can, just keep going with light weights, you're going to start breathing heavy. It's a cardio workout and it's a strength training workout, so it's one of the best ways to burn fat because you're doing both at the same time. That's another video, okay? So we're focused right now on fasted cardio. So answer the question is, yes, fasted cardio is one of the best ways to burn fat faster. So here's the protocol. Go to bed at night, all right? Make sure you get at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep. I know that's rough. I get about 5 each night, 4 sometimes. But the key is to get as many hours of sleep as possible. Wake up first thing in the morning, then go train. Pick whatever you want to do, go do that. And then train smart. Remember, train smart. Within a 1 to 2 hour window after you finish exercising, make sure you get a high protein meal. And I'm emphasizing high protein for a reason, because when you exercise, you naturally break down some muscle tissue. You're going to burn some fat, but you're going to break down some muscle tissue. You always want to feed your muscles. Your muscles are what burns fat, okay? So if you lose muscle mass, your metabolism is naturally going to go down. So don't ever exercise, low intensity, high intensity, doesn't matter. Don't exercise and then skip meals, okay? And you have about a 1 to 2 hour window to get that meal in you. So go for something high protein, whether that's meat, nuts, eggs, whatever. Just make sure it's high protein. And that's the basics of fasted cardio. It really isn't that complex, guys. Remember, I just want you to focus and think about things when you train. Just remember, your body is a really fascinating machine. It's not that hard to understand. Just always think, what is this doing to my body? What is this doing to my hormones? And then you'll always have the answer on how you should approach your training, whether you're trying to build muscle or burn fat. But for the purposes of this video, we're talking about burning fat, fasted cardio. You guys wanted to know about that. So yes, fasted cardio is one of the best ways to burn fat faster. It's a protocol that I use myself, and I put my clients all in as well. So I hope that answered your question thoroughly. I love when you guys send me questions, so keep sending them in and I'll keep making more videos for you. So until next time, I'm Dr. Phoenix. This is Dr. Phoenix's 411, and peace.